It's TBIC, the best in sports entertainment. We're here live in partnership with, say, TNS Media Group with the team and the family. You know, one thing everyone for tuning in, you know, we have given the best in sports entertainment. Everyone has been following us. Everyone has been reaching out to us. So we really appreciate that. But
thank you.
Yeah, for sure. So we want to continue to give you guys breaking, updated news from our opinion and what we think about what's going on in the sports world. So what we'll start with, you know, I'll switch it up. We'll start with, my question is, you see a lot of these athletes, right? A lot of athletes, you know, name it, you can say Kobe Bryant, you know, we can go, the list goes on of athletes being targeted by women, whether it's a relationship that they may have with the woman and it didn't go well, women saying that, you know, they're trying to point them out for this and point them out for that. Not only just athletes, but stars and everyone. Most notably, you see Shannon Sharp just ran into a situation where there's someone asking for $50 million or whatever's out there saying they want all this stuff. And now a lot of tapes is coming out, things are being revealed. Why do you think this happens to current athletes, ex-athletes, entertainers, anyone in this world who has some type of notoriety? Why do you think these people target them? What's the reason for that?
They're fame. They're celebrities. You got to know how to act. You got to know how to put yourself around better company, because people, they're preying on people. There's a lot of people out here that don't have nothing. You know, like these women per se, they pretty, they look good, so they don't need nothing. All they gotta do is look good for the right person to see them that may have something going on, like these athletes, but they're putting themselves in bad predicaments. These Shannon Sharp and the Kobe Bryants, okay, it wasn't rape or anything. The allegation was some foul play was amiss somewhere there. But you put yourself in this position with this woman to get to this point. Yeah. They got the athletes and people with prestige, they got some money, they got to watch how they stepping out here. I mean, you're not a regular person no more, no matter how much you look at it, because you got a wife and kids like everybody else and car. No, you on a different level of life. Everybody, this world is like a barrel of crabs. Everybody is scratching and crawling to get to the top, and they pulling people down to get there. Yeah. You have these athletes in these positions getting these accusations against them. And then when you look at the, 9 times out of 10, when you look at the background of the females that's making these accusations, and I'm not saying that it ain't true, but when you look at the background of the female that made the accusation towards these players, Shannon Sharp and all them, they ain't nothing. We just gonna keep it real. When I say nothing, meaning, all right, she's a woman, she's a human being, but she has nothing going for herself. Nothing, absolutely nothing. So how can one not think, man, maybe this been a ploy for her to, you know, come up? Yeah. Like the girl, Anthony Edwards. She didn't have it, but she don't care about none of that, but all she wants some money. She wants some, and he know it. You gotta put yourself in a better position when you are on a different level of life, and that's just it.
Yeah, and you know, these athletes now, I don't know, because some of these athletes are just coming into money or not having money, or some of them have been in the game for a while and have obtained a lot of success. But for those who are coming out of college, you know, these women in these different places are throwing themselves at them all around. And,
hand over fist.
And they have, a lot of times they have ulterior motives where they're trying to obtain some type of success sometimes.
Exactly.
And it may not always be the intent initially. Initially may be like, all right, I like him, he like me, and it may not go in their favor. Mm-hmm. And they may come upon hard times or whatever have you, and then they may, all right, listen, I gotta pursue this opportunity that I have. I have this footage, I have this text messages, I have
you
this
got
phone
girls,
call.
man, a guy put a condom on, and I'm not saying all women do this. Women, I'm not saying that, but there are predator women like there are predator men. I'm not taking no blame from these men or their accusations. But the women, we have to we have to look at that too. We have to look at the woman aspect of it too. But you have dudes that put a condom on and go in, she's popping holes in the condom. This is a ploy. She's trying to better herself. If I got $100 million and I'm having sex with you with a condom, that means I'm protecting myself not only from STDs, but from having babies that I might not want to have. So now if a woman went and poked a hole in that, first of all, she's not caring if I got an STD or not. She doesn't care nothing about that because she don't know. Secondly, she's trying to have a child because most of the time, the right thing to do is the man to take care of his family, to take care of the baby, and with taking care of the baby, that's taking care of the mother. So they're going into these things with this mind concept, man. They're doing this hand over fist. But like I said, ladies, it's not always the case of that with the female, but 9 times out of 10, that's what's going on, man.
Yeah, because there are some cases where these victims are these women are
taking advantage of, and that's not cool,
taken
man.
advantage,
I'm not promoting nothing about a man because he got some money. He can go. No, he cannot. He cannot do that. But ladies, again, the but is always the but. You can't be going around trying to use this as your job. Get you a regular 9 to 5 or something like that, man. Don't try to ploy this man because he got some money and, you know, if you have a baby by him, you automatically become successful. Because that's what a man would do. If I have a baby, I got millions of dollars and I have a baby by this woman, even if I don't deal with this woman, she's still gonna be set up nice, right or wrong.
Yeah.
And these women know that. You got women that do that. Not all women, but some.
Yeah. So now the prevention from this is, you know, ultimately for people to get married, to do things the right way. But outside of that, the prevention is to spread awareness to these athletes and to these women who don't know what they're getting into by dealing with, you know, certain men, certain individuals. They never know. So now you come into a place where as though it's all this chaos around this whole situation, whereas though people are saying you lying, pointing fingers back and forth, racial cards is being played, and all these different things are coming into play, and people are ultimately being subject to losing money, losing jobs. Shanon Sharp has way more to lose than her at the end of the day. Way more to lose in this situation. All these athletes have way more. These athletes
everything that he built for these years,
yes,
to where he's at right now, could possibly be wiped away.
He can't even go on a show.
And he's not even charged.
Endorsement deals.
All that is going to be snatched away.
Until the outcome of this case.
And then don't let it be, he did it. What she's saying. You got to picture yourself in, when you are a person that's on this road and you see where you at, it's no ifs, ands, or buts, it's no thinking about it, it's no I might. You have to protect yourself. And protecting yourself, and you got to protect yourself in a lot of aspects. But one aspect is dealing with people, man. I'm talking about not just a woman, but a female. Not just a female, but men too. You have to protect who you are letting in your circumference. That's just it. Because everybody don't have the same goals or motives or just genuinity for you. Everybody don't have that. Everybody does not have that. And I'm saying it to the young kids that's in college, and you know you like that in college. You know, like Shadeur Sanders, you know you like that. You know you coming out, you know you're gonna be a top round pick, big top round pick. I'm talking to dudes like you. Even the ones that's getting drafted later on in the rounds because you can still get some money, but not like these top dudes. You have to use your mind and put the right people around you. That's it. That's it. There's nothing else.
Yes, so I agree. So now the other thing I was saying now, spreading the awareness. Where does this start? Does it start with in the home with the parents?
It got to start in home. It got to start in home, and then it got to be from the coaches.
Yeah, the
coaches for these little young kids growing up, these athletes. It's not just coaching your technique of you shooting a basketball or throwing a football. No, it's coaching of awareness of, listen, these are the things you can't do. You can't be hanging with this wrong crowd. I know you got friends that might be in the street shooting guns. You're not doing that. But if you get caught up in that, look at Allen Iverson. Yeah. How he got caught up in that mess when he first came to the Eagles. To the Sixers, excuse me. Yeah. He could have possibly lost everything because of friends. You have to get this indoctrinated in your mind at an early stage. It don't come when you come out of college and get to it got to come when you en route to becoming what you are. That's it. I think that they need to have counselors in place. The coaches need to be in place. I'm talking about vocal, not just about the craft that you're doing. Football, basketball, baseball, not just that. I'm talking about mental, a wider range of mental aspects of who you dealing with. Who are you dealing with and things to look out for, not just you practicing your craft of what you do.
Now, and then on the flip side, somebody like a Shanon Sharp, Kobe Bryant, some of these older athletes who played, you would think they know better.
You would think it.
They would protect themselves a lot better.
See, but there's a lot of people that think that they can't get caught.
There, though. It's probably a trust there. They probably trusted this person.
Yes, it's definitely a trust there. That's why they did it. They did it because it was a trust there. If you didn't trust it, they're smart. You can't sit here and tell me Shanon Sharp is stupid. You can't tell me that he's a stupid man. I watch Shanon Sharp every day. I love Onk. Onk give you what he talking. He know what he talking about. He talks about it, and he stand on what he said. Onk he trusted that woman.
Yeah.
You did this with the intent, with trusting you. Exactly. Now it's not gonna get out, but look what happened. Yeah. Look what happened. Even me sitting here knowing it, I have to conduct myself in a manner around certain people, man. Everybody is not your friend, man. They come to you as a ploy, as a knight in shining armor. The whole time, this is the angel of death. You cannot be tricked out of your spot. That's the key. You cannot be tricked out of your spot.
MegaCare LLC, giving you an abundance of what you need. Do you know that MegaCare LLC has been top rated in home care since 2020? If you have a loved one, a neighbor, a friend who needs home care, if you're looking for top pay, 401k, benefits, health, call now, 215-644-8341. That's 215-644-8341.
Shadeur Sanders, the Giants, basically this is not going to work. We're hearing that they're saying that the conversations didn't go well, the meetings didn't go well, and also they're saying his workout he didn't wow them in his workouts. So now the Giants are saying possibly that they're going to probably move on and draft Abdul Carter, which is not a bad pick, which in my opinion will be a hell of a pick for them to take somebody like Abdul Carter. Now with Shadeur Sanders though, in my opinion, I think that Shedeur may have went in this meeting and said, you know what? You guys got Russell Wilson here, you got Jameis Winston here, and you expect me to sit behind either one of these guys? Russell Wilson just had a okay season with Pittsburgh. Jameis Winston has never panned out to be a superstar quarterback as people predicted when he was with the Florida State Seminoles. Now he's in the NFL, and Shedeur is probably making more money than these guys outside of the NFL, off endorsements and all these different deals. And on top of that, he may feel that his play is a lot better than these players, and you telling him that he got to sit behind these guys, and the Giants are saying, hey, listen, we look at your play and what you got on your tape and your workout, we're like, hey, listen, you're not ready to start over top of these guys. You may think you are, but you're not. So who's in the wrong? Whose fault is it here?
I can't really say, I can't point no blame, but, you know, I think Shedeur should have came in there and conducted himself properly. You know, like, this is the way the league go. This is the way, if you was disgruntled about going to the worst team, they get the first pick. That's the way things go. Like, you can't buck the trend. It's been going on 100 years before you even got here. So, you know, the worst team get the first pick in the draft, where, you know, this helps out for them for years to come, to whoever's got the worst record in the league.
Yeah.
So, but you want to go to where you want to go.
No, it's not that he want to go. I don't think it's where he want to go.
I think he don't want to go to the Giants, period. So that means that you want to go where you want to go.
That's a big market, big money, big dollars.
But he's looking at it like, I don't want to go there. They don't have nothing.
They got Malik Neighbors. They got like some good pieces there.
But they have Malik, that's it.
I'm saying.
After Malik Neighbors, name one.
I'm just saying they have Malik Neighbors.
After
They have a
Malik
good
Neighbors,
receiver.
name one.
I can't really.
Okay, because he had nothing. No coaching, no good GM, as you can see. They giving away Saquon Barkley. They just doing everything crazy wrong. Who wants to go play for that? But this is the sport.
Yeah.
This is the way it is. The worst team get the best pick in the draft.
Or maybe Shedeur probably went and told me, don't draft me at number 3. I don't want to come here.
That's still, that you still bucking though.
Yeah, but I'm saying maybe you just said that he's looking at all these things. His dad is behind him saying, we're not going there.
What I'm saying is, that's not you can't, because then it's going to become a trend.
But he don't have a right to choose where you want to go?
No, you can't choose where you want to go.
Why can't you really choose?
How? It's up to the team.
Eli Manning did it. He did it when the Chargers drafted him. He said, I don't want to play for the Chargers. And he went to the Giants.
Yes, but they worked out a trade. It ain't like they just cut him and let him go.
He still decided where he wanted to go.
But you don't see that. But the way the order go is, whoever has the worst record in the league get the number 1 pick, right?
Giants got 3rd pick. But what
okay, but they was one of the worst teams.
Okay.
That's why they up in the top 3.
Well, my opinion, what I'm saying to you is, Shadeur Sanders, in his status as a football player, I'm talking about even as an individual, he has built himself up enough to be like, yo, listen, I decide where I want to go. Don't draft me. I don't want to come here. Y'all are, the GM is terrible.
What I'm saying is that's cool.
I'll be damn as good if I go there. And Deion probably say, if my son go there, he gonna get sacked a lot.
Yeah.
He gonna be
see, but
damn
that's
as
not
good.
that's not. See, we talking about the why that he did it. I understand the why he's doing it.
Okay.
That's the why we're talking about.
So what I'm saying to you is, you don't wait until you get somewhere to try to make a decision. You stop yourself from going there before you get there. You make the decision at the front door.
I'm just saying that's not how it's supposed to go though.
Why not?
You're not supposed to, because it's not the way the league is ran. If it's like that, everybody can do it.
But that same team will cut you
Yes,
and not pay you. all these different things. So he has the right to say, I don't want to come here, I don't want to play here.
Okay.
He has a right, in my opinion. He has a right to say that because he built his brand. He built his brand. He's bigger than probably, he doesn't even have to probably play NFL football. He's a millionaire already.
Yeah.
So now he's coming into a situation where it's though, okay, y'all organization is in flux.
Yeah.
I ain't saying I want to go to the best, or I ain't saying I'm trying to get drafted by the Eagles. I'm saying I want to go somewhere where as though I have an opportunity to play right now, an opportunity where I don't get my head taken off at, I don't have an opportunity where I'm around good players who have good habits, and he may not think the Giants have that right now. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, he has a right to make a decision to say, I don't want to go there, or go in there and see how he feels. This is how I feel about your organization. If you ask me a question, and I go in there and be honest to you with how I feel about your organization, you have a right to say, you know what, this is not going to work. I'm not going to come in there and say what you want to hear. I'm going to come in there and say what I think, because this is a once-in-a-life opportunity. You don't get this opportunity. You don't get drafted twice.
No, you don't.
So for me, I think Shadeur Sanders is probably betting on himself and making his choice of where he wants to go based off of, you know, everything that he has already accomplished and things that he's looking to accomplish in the NFL, in my opinion. So what do you, do you agree or disagree? Do you think he's what,
I agree
that
I agree that that's what's on his mind. That's why he's doing it. Yes. I'm just saying the bigger part, like, that's not how it's supposed to go, but yes.
Why not? I'm saying, why you keep saying it's not supposed to go?
Because the team has that pick.
So why you give
if
the team?
If he's there at that pick, the team can draft him.
Okay, but I'm telling you.
Okay, all right. What if they still draft him?
All right. Well, listen, get me up out of here. I don't want to come here.
But what if they sit you on the bench?
The players.
They can blackball you.
Okay, they could try.
Yes, they can. They can. This is what I'm trying to get everybody to see.
You mean to tell me that every team if he doesn't want to go with the Giants, right? You think the other team will say, well, listen, man, we signed with the Giants. You think they would do that? With this court? With this town?
Anybody will take him.
Yeah, they will take him.
But that's up to the Giants to let him go to them.
Okay, but what I'm saying to you is, but he has a right to at least have a conversation about, I don't want to come here. Now, if you draft me here, okay. But I'm telling you right now, I don't believe in your organization right now, as of right now, to make the right decision. You let Saquon Barkley go to the Eagles.
Yeah, see, but it's a way to handle things. You go in there when you're going in there for your meetings.
That's what he did.
No, but they said it became messy. How is it messy? Because if I'm in your office and you say, yeah, I want to hire you, Mr. Jackson, we thinking about, I said, man, yeah, Tawfiq, I don't want to work here. That's not messy now.
He bucking the system because he has a right to.
No, we know that, but we talking about the mess that it just caused down there. He's practicing bad, he's bitten out bad. Like,
no, he practiced, he went out there and practiced, but now they're saying, now if he went in there and said, because you understand too, New York the media is crazy in New York.
Exactly.
So therefore, they could put one thing bad out about him and people are going to run with it. He may have had an amazing workout, but Benzo, he went in there and said what he said. Now they're going to say his workout was trash. Right. Because he went in there and said that, listen, I don't want to, come here because I don't, or they might say, what is your plan? He might say, what are y'all plans? Am I starting? Who am I coming behind? So therefore, once he does that, now everybody looking at him like, all right, now you bucking the system. When an average player just Shadeur Sanders is in a place where as though he wants to be drafted, but he doesn't just want to go anywhere. Right. He wants to go somewhere where he has an opportunity. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Opportunity, not just only just to play, but opportunity to learn and grow and be somewhere where as though he feels comfortable with the people upstairs. And he may not have that there, so he has a right, in my opinion, to make it known, this is what I think about your organization.
Well, what I will say is he's going to go to a trash team. He's not going to no top tier team because of his caliber. That's the way the league is set up. The worst teams pick first. Yeah. If he don't go to the Giants, it'll be another team that's trash that get him.
Well, they're saying he might fall, he can go to New Orleans or I believe number 9, or he can go drop as low as 21. But at the end of the day, top 10, top 15, that's still a good opportunity for him, So I would like to see him, if he go to New Orleans with Kamara and all them guys, they have a good offensive line. They have some good players down there for him to gel with. But I just think that they got some good young receivers. I just think that he made the right decision by speaking up for himself and saying, look, I want to be somewhere where y'all want to win, or y'all just want to just be in the lottery again next year. And I would say the same thing before I was signed on the dotted line to come play for somewhere with an organization that let Saquon Barkley go to the Eagles to get over 2,200 rushing yards and a Super Bowl.
The same year you let him go.
Come on, man. Let's go into some basketball, man. the New York Knicks, man, Detroit Pistons, man. The Pistons came back and tied that series up. The New York Knicks, in my opinion, are in trouble.
No, they're not.
They are in trouble.
No, they're not.
They back in Detroit. Cunningham and the guys went there and pulled the win off against them. You know,
But Detroit is a good team, though.
yeah, but the play. They could have won the first. They had a drought in the first game. Game 2, they came back and showed dominance, showed grit, showed that they ready to win. That young team is not scared of the New York Knicks, man. In my opinion, and I think the New York Knicks are in trouble. And I don't know if the Knicks are ever going to probably win this year.
Don't you dare. Don't you sit over there and just get, real overzealous now. Don't do that.
I don't know.
Don't do that. Don't play with Brunson and them like that. We be back in here, later on this week talking about, man.
I don't know, man.
Did you see the Knicks?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. So now you go to Detroit. Series tied 1-1. Motor City. Those fans haven't been, I believe, in the playoffs since 2008, I think, or something like that, somewhere. And now they have this young team.
That's
last
good.
year had the worst record in the league last year. Coming in with these young players, a new head coach. These guys are ready to play. The crowd is going to be going crazy in there. And then you got to understand, the crowd might throw something on you. You might not have another brawl at the Palace. You get out of line. Now Detroit ain't a sweet city. Those people down there, they love their sports, they love their team, and you have the Knicks coming into town. Brunson is a good player. I'm not knocking the Knicks. Karl Anthony Towns, he got to get. Come on, he a little tender on duty.
Yeah, he is tender.
He a little tender down there.
He is.
He a little tender. So now those guys that are playing physical against him. He's not putting up shots. He's not dominating like he should. And then you're away on the road up in Detroit. Your thoughts?
And it get gritty up in Detroit. And then in that Motor City, yeah, boy, it's cold down there too.
Yeah, he was a no-show in the second half.
A no-show, he had nothing.
Yeah, no, I'm saying he didn't do anything. He didn't dominate. Didn't take over. He's not taking over his position. He's relying on a long ball, not on duty, a 3-point shot. But
he's a big man. That kills me.
Get down on there and block and punish them. But I understand everybody say that's not your game. That's not his game. That's not how he plays.
But he's a big man. It got to be his game.
Yeah, man.
Just by his physique, it has to be your game. Because that's not his game either. Out there shooting from the perimeter and jump shots like he Stephon Curry or something. That's not his game.
He can shoot the 3, don't get me wrong. But he's relying on shooting a 3 ball, get down there on that block, get some buckets down there.
And hold your hand up.
This is the reason.
The ball.
This is the reason why the T-Wolves felt comfortable trading him, because they had Nas Reed and Randall might shoot the 3, but Randall a little more physical down low.
Yeah.
They felt comfortable getting rid of Cat because of that. So now they sent him to the Knicks, and what did he do? They didn't show up in the second half of game 2. And ultimately, what happened? They lost.
So we got game 3.
Game 3 tonight.
Game 3. This is where I can make an overall judgment, because I got a few things to say, but the jury's still out with the verdict. So let me see this game 3. Let me see if because like you said, Detroit had a bad game the first game, right?
Yeah.
And it was no way in the world you was believing that performance, right? And you was right. You was correct. Mm-hmm. We come back up to the present. Them kids went out there and ran them out the gym in their crib.
Exactly.
Game 3 then.
Game 3 on the road.
Game 3 now. You ain't got to say nothing. It's game 3.
Yeah, Cat, tender, not on duty, tender. You know what I'm saying? So now you got him down low. He doesn't even want to touch the ball in the paint. He want to get out there on the wing and shoot the 3, or get in the corner and shoot the 3. Get down on that block and be physical down there.
Yeah, I agree.
But in my opinion, I'm picking the Pistons to win this game. Big too, big. Now on duty, big. At least by
a dub or better.
No, 15 points. I see him win this game by 15. All right, next on the schedule. Next game on the schedule, we have Oklahoma City Thunder, Memphis Grizzlies. This series over. Oklahoma City is up 2-0. The Grizzlies are going back to Memphis tonight. They tails tucked. The Grizzlies are.
The Grizzlies ready to go in hibernation.
The Grizzlies about to go
in hibernation, man.
In hibernation. Ja Morant. So Ja Morant, I think they get one game. Now, also the other game on the schedule for tonight as well. You got the Nuggets, Clippers. Nuggets won first game. Clippers won the second game. Kawhi Leonard had a big game.
Game
This
3
series
now.
probably gonna go back and forth. About 7 games, like we said.
Yeah, exactly.
7 games. Both teams playing fairly well. This is an evenly matched team. In my opinion, I think that it's evenly matched. They kind of have a history. They played against each other a lot. In the regular season, 4 games. And now you have the playoffs, whereas though they just out here balling, playing. And I think that the Nuggets are going to have their back against the wall. They got to go to LA and they got to win at least 1 game in LA. I think if they lose both of these games in LA, it's over. The series is done. I don't see them coming back from being down 3-1. I think that the Clippers will win the series and ultimately, put the Nuggets out of their misery at the firing that coach. Your thoughts? And what you want to add to this?
I got the same. What you just said mirrors what I said. What I want to say.
Okay. All right. So now one more thing. In the playoffs, when you have playoff basketball, playoff football, all these, the playoffs start. Don't normally the players up the ante, right? It's more of a players play more to. The juices are flowing.
Yeah, because this is a chance for you to go get a championship.
There's so many blowouts though. Like these teams are being blown out.
Well, that one team who blew out the other team, they juices was a little bit more flowing.
Yeah, but you would think that the team at like you look at the Lakers. Lakers lost by almost 20 points, right? Mm-hmm. The second game they came back ready to play. That shows the pedigree of a team and the players.
Okay.
The Grizzlies lost by 40-something points. Came back and lost by 20 again.
They're just going through a lot.
Yeah, it's a better team.
Yeah. Like that right there is they're going through a lot. They're playing a dominant team.
The Pistons did the same thing. They came back. They lost first game. Came back. Played one second. Showed that they deserve to be there.
Resilience.
Yeah, they deserve to be there. So, in my opinion, I think that the NBA playoffs are actually right now. Every series is really interesting. So we'll see what happens. A lot of breaking news. Cam Ward, quarterback out of Miami, it's been news saying that he's probably gonna be a #1 overall pick. In my opinion, I don't know. I mean, the Titans, they're not known for making the right picks and the right decisions with their organization as well. They have been, they got Derrick Henry at some point. They had, CJ 2K. They made some right picks there, but now they have been on the downslide. But now you have the chance to draft Cam Ward, bring him in as a quarterback. Do you take him over Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, LSU's Will Campbell, and
it all depends on who
Ashton Gently?
Who has the #1 pick?
They do. The Tennessee Titans.
Yes. They got Will Levi down there. They got Will Levi. Did you see that his quarterback play this year? Did you see that man go out there and throw the ball? I'm going to jump out there on a limb intentionally to the other team every time. 3-4 times a game. He might have threw 25, 30 interceptions this year. The team ain't nothing if they ain't got no quarterback, man. The team is not nothing if they don't have no quarterback. I'm taking Cam Ward.
Oh, yeah. Well, Cam Ward, man, in my opinion.
I'm taking Cam Ward with that #1 pick, the Tennessee Titans. That's the pick that they should take. Yes. I agree wholeheartedly.
Cam Ward, for me, man, he's a good young quarterback, has a strong arm, over 4,000 passing yards.
Okay, for you, I want to see
39
what you
touchdowns.
You're talking about for you. Okay,
39 touchdowns, 7 interceptions last season.
Right.
He's proven that he can play.
Okay, all right.
The game.
Okay, all right.
The game.
So
I'm just
if the
leery
GM for the Tennessee Titans, you're not taking him #1?
With Will Levi down there?
Yes. You know all that. Yes.
I would take Cam Ward.
There we go.
Then we could
agree.
take on #1 pick, because you can't take a Hunter, because now who won't throw the ball to him?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Will Levi.
He Levi G's.
Yeah. Man, he is out of pocket, man. Out of pocket. So yes, I think they should. Yes. Yeah. If they was planning on taking Cam Ward, that is a good plan, and go ahead and follow through with your plan.
Yeah, Cam Ward is a big time player. I'll say that. He does it with his arm, his legs. Not on duty. He's he's a good player. So in my opinion, you can't go wrong with drafting such a young talent because you already know what you got down there. Nobody's scratching and clawing to play. Nobody of notoriety is scratching and clawing to play in Tennessee as of right now. So you want to go ahead and get what you can get through the draft, take Cam Ward, pay him a boatload of money, and then you move on from there and see what happens. And I think this quarterback is going to come in and make some big plays and possibly have a really, really good rookie season down there in Tennessee. So you heard it here first. It's TBIC, the best in sports entertainment.